The script has changed. The rhetorics are no longer the same. The dollar is tanking and people are asking questions which shivers sends across the spine of people. So here are the questions you're asking. What is happening to the dollar? Should we buy the dollar? Should we sell the dollar? Should we buy gold? Where are we headed? Calm down. That is why I'm here. In case you don't know me, my name is FX and I've been training for almost half a decade right now. And in today's video, would help you make sense of some of these questions you're asking. And of course, point out the way forward in the coming months going into 2026. So let's start afresh. Why is the dollar falling? In the last video I made, in case you haven't seen that video, the link will be posted in the comment section and it's the next video you see after this one. So let's continue. I talk about the fact that Jerome Powell has announced a 25% basis cost of all interest rates. Now, what does this mean? This means that for people borrowing, you can now borrow at a cheaper rate. For people investing, you cannot invest but making less the amount you would make. But the question is, how has this affected the economy? Whenever the interest on borrowings reduces, this kind of boosts borrowings in the economy, makes people borrow a lot. But it is like a two-edged sword. Imagine borrowing to start up a business. It's something cool and beautiful. Every country wants that. But imagine again borrowing to spend. This is what drives the economy down. And this is why demand is increased. And whenever demand increases, best believe supply becomes so pressured. And this is why they increase the price of goods and services. This is also why whatever it is you bought some few years back is now more expensive. That is to say, you spend more for less. This is inflation. On the other hand, investors lost confidence in the economy because they would not want to invest in an economy where they'd make less of what they made the last time. They kind of looked elsewhere, and this is why the currency, the United States economy, has been falling. This is why the dollar has been tanking, right? The next one, the de-dollarization of the economies of most countries. You must have heard about BRICS, Russia, China, South Africa, Brazil, and India. These guys came together and set up a pact and say they don't want to use the dollar for international transactions again amongst themselves. And guess what? The same law of supply and demand, it has affected the dollar greatly. Because there is less demand of the dollar, the value of the dollar has reduced. And this is why the dollar is tanking, guys. This is why it's tanking. Away from this, there are so many other factors that are affecting the dollar right now. Talk about the Chinese and the US trade war. It is so very much crazy, guys. This is something we'll talk about in our next video. The next thing I want to talk about is defense. A lot is happening right now in the defense space, but the United States estimated to spend over $1.2 trillion. Woof! That is huge. Massively huge, guys. Not just US alone. A lot of countries. Talk about China, talk about Russia, even Nigeria. You must have heard about the GF-17, Spartacano's Jet, the Leonardo 364, and all of these other military hardwares. The question is why? Personally, I believe there is a global reset happening around the world, and it's important to stay in the right place. You know, when they say when two elephants fight, the ground suffers it. We don't want to be among those who will just be out there and say we suffer whatever. No, we are trying to position ourselves to make the most of these economic events happening around the world. The next question is, why am I talking about this? Here goes. Whenever there is fear and uncertainty in the world, gold tends to do well. And this is why you've seen gold spike to the all-time high it has ever been. In one video I made, I put that video on my social media platform. I talked about the fact that gold would hit at least $4,500 per ounce. Guess what? In January 2026, this year, gold has hit over $5,400 per ounce. It is crazy, and it will continue that way. So what should we do? The question you're asking here, literally, should we buy gold? Should we buy the dollar? Here goes. I believe you should buy Euro USD, GBP USD. Any pair that is against the USD, you can buy them because the dollar is tanking. And then for gold, buy gold. Just wait for gold to retrace in a particular level. You're good to go. Buy gold and let time and price do the magic for you. Now, this isn't a financial advice. This is just me putting up information that could help you make the most of this economic situation we find ourselves around the world, wherever you may be. In case you have not liked to subscribe to the channel, please do that right away. Like, subscribe, but also share this video with your friends. Let them see what's going on so they too can take advantage of the happenings around the world. My name remains FX, and I just want to help you trade the forex market better. See you in the next one. Bye for now. Peace.